And let's keep it in Hood River. At the Hood River Bowl. We're going to go with the Black Unis. See how they did fare this season. Just keep the air raid moving. See what we can do. Excuse me while I take off my sweatshirt. Oh. Computers make great space heaters. I'm feeling it today. They've got a great rush offense against our great rush defense, and a terrible pass offense against our terrible pass defense. Meanwhile, their defense is decent to mediocre. So I like our shot. We need to rush for over 100 yards and pass for over 250 to get these bonuses. This guy's a 4-star guard, so that's something that I would like. Yeah, not worried about it. Josh Dingle is out. Ooh, that's not good for us. Our second string running back out for basically the rest of the season, 9 weeks, unless we play in a relatively late bowl game. Actually, just a bowl game. We're only in week like 7, so if we play in a bowl game, we'll get him back. But that's a pretty big loss, especially because Red, I don't think, has the greatest of stamina. So even though he's our first stringer, we'll be seeing a lot of Bo Ramsey the rest of this season. We're going to start with the ball. Brought it out to our own 21. And we're just going to, it's been kind of what we've been doing. Start of every game. Going with the toss play. See if Lacey out there on the corner can hold a block. And he doesn't. He continues to just completely whiff. He gets swung through there immediately. We're still able to pick up 3 yards because that DB backed off a little bit, but that's not what we like to see. Passing here on second down. Red was open. Gets the 7 needed and a first down. Having mild success so far. Let's try to keep it up. Bo Ramsey's already in. And he picks up a nice 6 on the ground on the counter. We gotta hope that we can continue to have production like this, and if we do, I don't think it'll be a close game. Red back in on the read option. He's keeping it. Good cut, good block. He picks up another 8. First down again as we start to near midfield. I accidentally called a bubble screen. Don't want that. We're going to take a shot downfield instead. See if somebody can get open. The Beanster. Oh, he had multiple chances to grab that one, but he's not able to pull it in. And maybe should avoid throwing it over the middle to him, as he had like a couple safeties and a DB all there. 2nd and 10 now. Gonna keep it in the air. And I threw that a little bit late, but gosh, Bo Ramsey held on to that one to get us 5 yards and across midfield. We're gonna go with the counter play here. This is 4-down territory, especially depending on what happens on this play. Decent positive yardage. Ooh, they look like they want to bring pressure. I'm gonna audible to a quick pass. Audible to Beanster over. See if they actually bring the pressure. They do. Over the middle, Blankenship hits his hands and he drops it. Threw that a little early. I probably had time to let the play develop, but instead we're stuck with a 4th and 5. And see if we can make something of it here. Over the middle. That's right. Red on the audible route. Finds himself 15 yards. Just slipped out of there. They forgot about him. We make him pay. So we move inside the 35 on our opening drive. That rhymed quite a bit. Cleveland's got all the space in the world. Hold that block, Lacey. Hold that block. Now you can do it. Cleveland gets himself down to the 5 or the 6 on a great read. And tons of over pursuit there from the Aztecs. Trying to figure out, we're going to go with a fullback dive here. It's kind of a weird spot to do it. They gave us a really generous spot, like inside the 5. Has our fullback Maurice Williams. I think he's an OG player. Pounds his way forward for a couple yards. And now we're gonna give it to a wide receiver. I'm gonna move the Beanster over. Hopefully they don't figure that. Oh, I can't because it's a motion play. That's right. Lacey gets the ball. I cut him up. Just a second early. There was a user error on my fault or on my part. Should have been a touchdown there. Instead, we're at 3rd and goal from the 3. We're gonna go with the dive play. Red is in. Seems like they're gonna try to jam the lineup. This is all about blocking here. And Red loses the ball. Oh, in the worst turn of events for this drive. Red just gets the ball popped out. And San Diego State gets it basically on the goal line. They're able to drive for a bit. And we're lucky that they don't score, but that is not something that I can have happen. Cleveland gonna keep it again. Ends up getting 5 yards out of it. It's not a bad deal. We're gonna go to the air with some quick slants here on 2nd down. Depending on how much pressure they show us. Yeah, why don't you just keep that? And Lacey, he can't block, but his hands do hold on to the ball. Picks up 7 yards in the 1st down. That was a tight window to fit it into. And we're back near midfield again. This could be one of those games where every time we drive down, something goes wrong, but I have faith. Put Ramsey into the tight end spot. On this read. Cleveland's keeping it, so him being out there as a blocker is big. He holds that guy a couple times, and Cleveland picks up 14 on the ground again. And we're moving the ball pretty easily. We're on their side of the 50 again. Just a matter of if it can continue. Don't really like what I'm seeing. Might just have to get rid of this one. Yeah. I almost stepped out of bounds. Oh, I got lucky on that one. That was almost just a big mental mistake. As we go to 2nd and 10. They don't really bring any pressure. The Beanster over the middle holds on to that one. It's up 19 yards. I love a play like that. And almost brings us back inside the red zone. Put the read option again. Cleveland has to keep it. Something felt a little fluky about that play. We get 2 yards out of it and end the quarter, but should be up 7-0 right now. 2nd quarter. See if we can get some production. We got inside the red zone. Don't want to go 0 for 2 on trips. So this is not 4-down territory in my book. 3rd and 2. If we don't pick it up, I want points on the board early. And absolutely, I will take a field goal. Right in the middle of the field, we're going to run the dive with the fake to Lacey. Hopefully shifts someone out of the right spot. And Red gets clobbered, only gets 0 to 1 yards there. And from the 12, that's not my choice. Coach is calling a field goal. Am I able to choose one? I'll just say, hey coach, you're actually calling a field goal. Yeah, and I get to play it. Woo! It's not enough now, I get to kick a field goal. 12 miles an hour a win. Maybe that's why he's calling this. And coach tells me to go for it on 4th. I said, fuck you, I'm taking points. San Diego State's not able to do anything with their drive. We get the ball back at our own 22. Hoping to make this a 2-score game, but at the very least, points are points. Ooh. I don't know what the camera's doing right now. It feels like it's breaking. There we go. Cleveland's going to keep it. Again, I got some good downfield blocking. Hold it, Lacey. Hold it. He's going. Stiff arm should be able to get him a couple more. And right just like that. 34 yards on the ground, and we're back across midfield. They've been crashing way too hard on their reads, and some downfield blocking has led to a lot of success for the Sharks so far. They bring a little bit of pressure. The receivers, or the running backs, open. For a split second, he holds onto it through the contact. We get 6 yards there. And I'm going to go with the dive play. Not about that what I picked. I should have waited for a second, but Bo Ramsey able to just barrel his way through. Someone got injured there. I didn't see what it was when it popped up. I think it might have been red. Yeah. No? Someone injured themselves. I need to know who that was. Someone had a bruised knee. That's all that I saw. Dingle. No, I was on the other side. Jerry Chaney, their strong safety. Hey, the longer he's out, the more we can try to abuse him. This Red has a solid first down run, 7 yards there. And I like that. I like that. Setup play here, the play action. See if we can get something weird going. I'm looking for Derek out on the left side. I like that comeback route. Oh no, wide open over the middle. I can't deny Lee Blankenship. Picks up the wide open first down. Gets us to the 12, which allows us to pick up a first down if we get stuffed at the goal line. Going with a quick slant here on first down. They bring pressure. Pedro Beverly's able to hold it. And we're at 2nd and 2 now, inside the 10. If we're able to get to that 2.5, 1 yard line, we get a fresh set of downs. All it takes is a little bit of power running, or we just go straight in for the touchdown. It's a 2-point game. Sorry if that goes flexing. Just realized, that was a stretch. As we go up 10-0. 2 minutes and 39 left in the half. From around 34, I have faith that we can score this one. If Lacey holds on to his block here. That'll be the start of a good play. And he does. He holds on to his block. He even trips him up a second time, and Red's able to cut up across midfield to the 45, 21 yards on the ground. Again. And just like that, we don't really have to worry about time at all. My only thought here is, can we score twice in this half? The Beanster right away over the middle. That's another 17 yards. And I'm going to take another shot downfield. Yeah. Why not? YOLO. Oh, no. Oh, God. That was not the right choice. Oh, the linebacker just turned around, or maybe that's a safety. Just gave him a free ball. And they run out most of the clock. We have all 3 timeouts, but now only 30 seconds to work with. And my aggression just bites me in the ass almost immediately. Bring a little bit of pressure, enough to leave Red wide open over the middle to get across midfield. But with 32 seconds left, I gotta be on my game here. Oh, that's gonna get picked. Oh no, the Beanster. Ooh, he made a play, got his hands up there, and took that one away. Absolutely could have been picked. The defender thought it was, but instead it goes into Bean's hands, and we're getting awfully close to being inside the red zone after 2 plays. Just kind of dumping this one off. We have plenty of timeouts to work with, so didn't like what I was seeing, and I'd rather get points on the board than the alternative. Gonna have Red go out there. They missed him once. See if they do it again. They don't, but I got Lee Blankenship inside the 10 on the slant route there. I'm gonna keep my timeouts in case we don't get inside. Now that we can't pick up the clock stoppage off the first down. And that's why we kept it. From the 3-yard line, we got a chance to throw a couple balls here. I'm going to shift Red out. Put 3 receivers out this way. See who gets open. I see Red, and he's wide open. We pick up a big touchdown to hopefully go up 17 here for the half. And our defense makes a stop in the beginning of the first. I like it. I like it a lot. And see if we can keep it on the ground for a majority of this half and just get this game over with. I'm actually immediately, I want it to be over. Not worried about running out of time, so we're just going to go to a conservative tempo from the get-go. And just help ourselves burn clock early. Seems like it could be a bad strategy, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop passing as Cleveland breaks another big run, 20 yards on the keeper. Yeah, just like that. We're going to go with a play action here too. I don't think they'll see it coming. Lacey, he is my target on that comeback. And he holds on to it through contact and gets more inside the red zone just like that. So even with the conservative tempo, we are moving the ball better than we have. Lacey does a great job of staying on his feet, going with the read. Red's keeping it. I accidentally ran into a man, but still pick up 5 yards there. No negative plays. That's all that matters for us. And fuck it. We'll go into the goal line formation for a play. Halfback zone. Bell Ramsey. He's got the other. Oh, they pick up a yard. Not terrible. Not terrible. We won't be demoralized because we missed that. Field goal here would put us up 2 scores, but they finally defend the read, and we missed our field goal. I meant to say 3 scores also. We are already up 2 scores. Their offense continues to not be able to do anything, and we get the ball on their side of the field. Lacey out there can't hold this block. We only get 2 yards out of it. And with 2nd and 8, we're going to put the ball in the air here. Hope something magical occurs. Oh, that was a bad pass from me. We almost caught it. I thought that should have been picked off. Stops the clock. But more importantly, it brings up a 3rd and 8. Not a great look. Running back's open, wide open. Just had to wait a couple seconds for him to get across. We have no problems. Red playing a good game so far. And we have... Ooh, I forgot about those goals. We should have around our 100 yards of rushing, but we don't quite have 250. We only have 120 or 198 yards of passing. Oh, we don't even have 100 yards. Oh, okay, yeah, 183 and 198. So we need 52 more yards in the air before this game is over. Nah, you know, if we score, I won't be worried about them scoring or coming back, but I am worried about running out of time and not being able to pick up those yards. As they get a freak interception there. Martin, the actual fullback, has the ball, gets hit around the first down marker and then just drops it onto a defender, and one of them eventually comes back and grabs it, and they use the momentum down deep in their own territory to come back, drive down the field and score a big one. And then Red can't even put his hands up to catch that one. That's not a good look for us. A bad pick at a bad time. That's a potential 14-point swing. And we're not able to get much on the run. Brings up a 3rd and 9. This game could go from boring to real interesting in a hurry here. And I'm kind of forced to put this one up around 3rd and 9. Oh, the Beanster's not fast enough to get to it. He had the right kind of separation. And San Diego State's gonna not be able to score, thankfully. But we need 50 yards still. Through the air, 52. That's the only thing that I care about. And Lee, no! Oh, God. It bounces off his hands on the scramble, and it almost gets intercepted. Why? Why can't these guys hold on to the ball when they're wide open? And then they catch some crazy shit. I don't like that. That one's held on to, though. What are you doing, Beanster? He decides picking up 19 yards for us. Subtract that from the 52. We're in a not so terrible spot now. What we need is a big touchdown pass. Or I can just accidentally throw on my back foot and miss my wide open receiver. 2nd and 10. The clock did stop, though. But we need passing yards still. I throw that one into crazy traffic, and Mr. Roboto, Wally Fuller, picks up 33 yards. That's exactly 250. And we're in a good spot. With a 10-point lead, under 3 minutes to go. That is beautiful work with like 4 men around him. And then Bo Ramsey barrels off 9 yards on the ground. They're not calling a timeout yet. And I just want to make sure. I don't know if you need over 250 passing yards or exactly 250. So we're going to try to pass this one in the end zone. And hopefully we don't do that. Fuck! At least we tackled him at the 1, but that's not what we needed. Especially when they're going to drive down and score. Shit, it's a 3-point game. We have the ball on our side because of the onside, but we got to have a first down here. We got to get these 6 yards. Force them to burn their timeouts, hopefully. And, ooh, this game is not over. I got too excited about getting those recruit points as we do pick up a first down. And burn some time off the clock while we're running, but got too focused on the recruiting points that I might, I put this game in a jeopardizing position. Well, Ramsey picks up 1 as they take their last time out. I think that's the game. I'm pretty certain that I can just run this one out now and survive, really, the upset. Cut this one outside with Ramsey. I'm making it sure with the first down. There's nothing they can do now. We should just be able to kneel this clock out. Oh, my heart rate elevated a little bit. But in the end, we were able to run all over them. Moments where it actually mattered. And that should just barely run the clock out. Don't think that we'll have to take another knee here. GG's San Diego State. The Aztecs brought it on. We're able to hold on. 17-14 to improve to 5-1 on the season. Things are looking good. Our past like 3 games have been close, but they've all been wins, and they've all been conference wins. And we got the pass for 250 yards. Just have to hope that it actually counted for the recruit's visit, which that should really bump him up in our recruiting, because it's like an extra 200 plus the visit points, so plus the win. It's all important. 225 yards on the ground. And who do we face next is the real question. Will they be a team that's actually skilled? Nevada, they lost to UCLA by 1 earlier, but I don't know if they're good or not. I think they did pretty well last season, so this will be interesting. Curious to see how our recruiting is looking after that week. And any guys that we can pick up before week 10, which is nice. Because that means we can focus on other recruits for longer and we get that little XP bonus. Curious also to know what Nevada's record is. And how their defense is looking. Any second. There we go. Got a lot of guys ready to visit. A lot of guys committing to places, which is what we don't like. When somebody commits, it's bad. Nevada's 3-3. So, not terrible, not great. We know that one of those losses is only by 1 point to a Pac-12 opponent, but we can hope for the best. The #1 athlete, although we were second, we were also like 2,000 points behind. Because of that visit, Marcus Wright really enjoyed it, and we're only down 5 currently. The Beavers have a bigger bonus, so they're going to be able to continue to get points, but if we can keep this close on our board until the offseason, we could pull this guy in. Weeks 10, 11, and 14, though, is when the other schools are going to get their bonuses, and hopefully it's not enough to make him to commit anywhere. These guys committed. It makes sense, you know, the higher rated they are, the better that is for them. Bobby Pope, we're only 925 back. We just have to stay alive. The problem is Western Michigan has their visit with him this week, and we have to wait till week 14 until ours. So hopefully he doesn't commit before then. Otherwise, it could be brutal. I wonder if we change our playbook. We weren't getting any bonus points for the recruiting style, but if we change our playbook to match him, could end up working out for us. We're a mile and a half behind there. Pretty far here. I guess we'll get the extra 50 points. These guys are looking good. They must have just had a visit. No. The Lobos. Doing work. Okay, we're gonna switch out of our air raid playbook. Change it to a option or a spread option. And see if that helps out with recruiting that quarterback. Not sure if we necessarily have the speed to do it, but if it gets us a good recruit, then it's worth it. Just not sure if that would take effect, and I'll play with it with this week as well to see if just it's something that we need to wait a week with. Also, if we get a mobile quarterback in, then the option is what we want to do anyways. I was running the air raid when we couldn't run our quarterback.